Yes. Leslie, Carrie, Sandy, and I know there's a few other people here. Not too many right now, but this is going to be a good evening. It is very fun. I've got a few things to share. I'm going to be painting on black. One of my favorite things to do. How are you guys doing? Oh, look who's here. I see Wes. I don't know who I see Pink Cars is, but that's cool. I see Pink Cars. I don't see that many pink cars, but you know how when you start looking for a certain car and then all of a sudden you see them everywhere? Pauline, what's up? Buzzsaw, Bullseye. Oh, that's rad. I love that profile picture. Looks, I'm trying to see, is that an eagle getting a salmon out of the water? Yeah, exactly. It's going to be on black. Loretta from Oregon. Alyssa, howdy. I love painting on black. I know it's my favorite. For sure, for sure. Now, this one I want to understand. Find. Oh, maybe you meant fine. You were responding to my question of how are you? That was what it was. I got you. I saw an awesome pink on Monday. Pearlized pink car. Very cool. Okay. Wisconsin ice storm coming. Oh no. That does not sound fun. Honestly, we have a bit of a rainstorm that's here right now. And I don't think that's that much fun. If I was my daughter, I would be very, I could use very hard words to explain how I feel about this. I really work on having a positive attitude. And so we kind of see things a little differently. But yesterday we got in the car and she said, oh no, it was actually this morning. It made me think about my attitude during the day. I was like, you know what? That's why it matters, because I don't want to think about the whole day being terrible just because it's raining outside. But I do feel bad that there's an ice storm coming. Hello, Lori. Linda. Donna. Very awesome. Okay, guys. Yeah, stay inside and paint. That's some good advice. Spring like North California. Yeah, it's 87 in South Carolina today. Okay. I went from Arizona. I was there a couple weeks ago. I left. It was 104 degrees. And I came up to Washington and it was, 40 degrees. It was like a 60-degree swing and something like that. And I was like, man, that's pretty extreme. But then we were talking to a friend and she was explaining that she had been in Kansas with her daughter. And they had a similar swing in temperature from a Monday to a Thursday in the week, but it was in the same state, the same area. And I was like, that would blow me away. It went from 90 to -12. Some crazy swing like that, or 90 to 12 degrees. And I was like, oh my goodness. I understand going from Arizona to Washington, and it's going to be a swing in temperature, of course, different area, different geography. In the same state in just a few days, that was like a 70 or 80 degree swing. I don't know. That's crazy. Totally crazy. Okay, you guys, here we go. 85 in Ohio, went down to 30. Next morning, yes, weather has been one extreme to the other. Crazy. Okay. I'll show you my let me see. Here we go. That's what we're doing. Totally black canvas. And I don't have any reference photo today, guys. So I'm going to throw out a question for you. What do you want me to paint? I'm acting like I want to know what you want me to paint, and I do. But I just want to say that if you say something that I don't want to paint, I'm not going to paint it. But I would like an idea. I don't really know what to paint today. And since we're just kind of hanging out, I'm I'm open to some ideas. And then I'm going to grab my marker, and I'm looking for the right marker. Where is the marker that I really want? I've got lots of markers here, and they're all pretty good, but I want a particular kind that's a little bit bigger. I don't know where it is. Okay, that was my, no way. See, this is why it's dangerous to ask these questions, because you get reasonable people like Pauline, who says clouds, and Lori, who says trees, and then you get people that are pressing it a little bit by saying a portrait. Like, come on, that's hard for me. And then you get people who are really like thinking about what they want, like Carrie, apple trees with raindrops. Because if you know, she's been talking about raindrops for a very long time. Okay, Julie says a dog. Now, I don't know what that motivation is. Okay, a farm. Okay. We're getting back into things. Okay, birch trees. I like it. Bright sunset, water. Flowers. Okay, I'm staring at a black canvas here, so this is perfect. And this is the one that I was like, okay, now we're getting an African queen. See, this is like taking it from a portrait to now we're going an African queen. I don't know if I can do that. I did my waterfall painting on a totally black canvas, paint an animal. See, one time I did this and the people were like, I don't know, me and Peter were doing a live stream, and somebody said, we were like throwing it out there for anybody to say, and they said something crazy like, paint a sunset, so that wasn't that crazy, on water. And then as we were going, they kept adding things, and they said, put a boat in there, and then put a like they wanted me to draw a kraken, like a dragon or something. And then they're like, and put a UFO in there. And the UFO is like pulling up the boat. I can't remember. It was a really crazy one. And I actually tried. I tried. Oh my goodness. I'm looking at all these. Paint something with a sea and with those colors. Selfishly, I want a floral. Flowers in a vase, popsicle stand, sunrise over water, trees or water or trees with water. Oh, Julie's trying to tap into the brave part. She's trying to get me to do something brave, something you don't usually paint. A deer, tulips, golf course. Okay, I did once paint a golf course for somebody. Do a waterfall. Oh no, Easter bunny. See, this is where you guys are getting a little too crazy here. Vineyard, waterfall, farm with hay, ales. So people out there drinking in the hay. Now I know what you're saying. You meant to say bales, but I thought that'd be a funny thing to act like I didn't know. We are pulling back. Yeah, people are becoming more just like throwing out the normal stuff. But I do see, look at this. Somebody threw out a zebra. Okay. Yes, be brave. Like the design shows, add something new as you go. Wildflowers by a creek with trees with sun and shadow. Hey, this reminds me right now, and I appreciate your guys' patience. I know people will be coming in and they'll be like, why are we sitting here looking at a black canvas right now? They won't get it at all. And that's okay. But you know how if you ever have used like ChatGPT or any AI model like that, it's like the better you give a prompt, like the more refined the answer will be. Like if you just say like, hey, help me, or like, help me write something, it's going to give you like a really lame answer. But if you get really specific and you say like, hey, act like you're a professional editor and, help me curate this, the wording on this thing or whatever. Like the more refined that you can get, it will help you the more. And Like I'm liking this because this is what this is. Wildflowers by a creek with trees with sun and shadows. It's getting the longer sentences are going to like be more specific. See, here's another one. Church on a hill with wild, brightly colored sky. I love it. I love it. Fall scene on a lake with faded barn. I think this is so, it's actually really fun. Okay, so now somehow I need to decide what I'm doing. And like I said before, I'm still looking for this one marker. I don't want to put color on here in a really, well, this one will work. This one will be fine. Okay, the zebra idea is a good one. And you could donate to my nonprofit's fundraiser. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'm looking back because I'm trying to see. Now, the thing is, it's partly, it's like, I am just sitting here. I did my waterfall. Flowers, bright. Like the problem with this whole idea is the limitations that I just personally have of not being able to visualize something from nothing. I don't know about you guys, but it's very difficult for me to visualize things like orange sky and the orange reflected in a creek in a field. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to just choose something. And I might not even say what I'm going to do. You just might have to watch me draw it and try to figure it out yourself. And that will give me a little bit extra time to figure it out. Because as I'm drawing, I might just be figuring it all out. Okay. Oh, here's the marker I was looking for. Okay. I want to paint something that I want to paint. That's the problem, is like, so I have to find where something you guys said aligns with something that I actually want to paint. Okay, I have an idea. I do have an idea. And okay, let's see. How is this going to go? See if you guys can figure this out at any point along the way. It might not be that easy because this is actually something I saw today, and it kind of overlapped with something that I saw somebody out there say. So the thing is, if you know the way that I do this type of subject, you know that I don't really know what I'm doing, so I just make stuff up and just hope that it looks right. And I mostly just try to think about, like, I hope this design looks good too. But not going to say too much still, just kind of still going. And I'm sure you guys can kind of tell to some degree what I'm looking at here. Any ideas? Any ideas? I think you know, but there might be a couple of things here that you don't know. And that's what I need to work on. Okay. Okay. I'm really curious to see if anybody knows. I'm sure that you won't know everything, but I'm sure it's kind of becoming more clear. Okay. Let's see. Maybe. Oh, yeah, that's what I could do. Maybe. Okay. I will tell you what this is. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. That's exactly what it was. I was at the beach today, and it was cloudy, rainy, windy, and I was walking around. There's a really cool place. This was after I heard my daughter, I drove her to school, and she was saying something about like how miserable the day was, right? And I immediately was like, because I've come up with this idea to say it's not a gray day, it's a silver day, and it helps me just go like, some days are golden, some days are silver, some days, but it's like, it's better than just being like, today the weather is so bad, blah, 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 and just getting all bummed out about stuff. So I just choose to have a positive outlook on it. And anyways, but she's like, she got in the car. She's like, I could die right now. I don't know. She said something like two really extreme comments. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to say anything because I say it all the time. So I just sat and listened. And then I on the way home though, I was thinking, man, like our attitude really matters. And I know, honestly, I think sometimes she says things just to see if I'll get worked up about it, or if, what. So I'm not worried about her at all. But I do think that over time, the words you use and the attitudes that you allow in your mind and heart, they make a big difference. And so I was going down, I was like, you know what I should do? I'm going to go down to the beach. And actually, just little secret, I was working on the bloom lesson for April. That's the specific thing that I was doing. And so I was like, you know what? Not every day is sunny and cheery and amazingly beautiful in the way that everybody in the world thinks. Like sometimes as an artist, you need to have eyes that look beyond the obvious, and you need to see the beauty that's hidden. Or sometimes you just need to allow your mind to live in the joy of a different perspective. You know, if you took two people and you put them in the exact same situation, they can have completely different experiences and completely different perspectives, even though what they actually went through was the same thing. And why is that? The reason is because it's all perspective. If I was down at the beach and I had been expecting it to be 85 degrees and sunny, and I thought that all my friends were going to be there, and I, went there and nobody was there, and people pointed at me and they laughed, and then it rained on me and a bird came and it pooped on me or whatever. Like, I'd be really bummed out and sad. I could be, like that experience could be really bad. But if I went to that beach and had all that same stuff happen, people pointed at me, they laughed, a bird pooped on me, and it was cold. It was, 40 degrees and windy, but I'd been in prison or stuck in like a job that I hated for 5 years. And it was my first day out, and I was able to be there, and like I was experiencing life, and the rain was hitting my face, and I'm like, oh my goodness, it's so great to be outside. Do you see what I'm saying? The perspective changed everything, but the circumstance didn't change at all. Like, it was like we were experiencing the exact same thing. So that's why I care about it, because we are in charge of our brains. So I did find these really cool yellow flowers down there, though. They looked a little different than this. They were actually I don't know what they were. Never seen them before. They weren't a normal shape of a flower. They were actually like they looked almost, if you know what lupin are like, almost kind of like lupin. That's probably not the best description. It's just the only thing that I could relate them to right now. But they were pretty and they were colorful. And it was a grayish day or a silver day. And so the color of them was really, really nice. Now, I don't think that I'm going to paint them in my bloom lesson. That's why I'm doing them right now, because I wouldn't want to spoil my bloom lesson. And if you're sitting here and you're like, what is the bloom lesson? Well, that's what we do every month inside of Acrylic University's membership called Bloom. Is I take people outside, we go on an adventure, we look for things to paint, we talk about perspective, at least this month we are, and then we go back, pick a photo to paint from, and walk through it step by step together and paint something beautiful. So one thing that I think about in this kind of scene is I think about it's going to take a couple coats. I don't know if you can see, but this even though it looks kind of bright, you can still see some of the dark stuff coming through. Painting on black always does that. If you add in a little bit of white, it will help with some of that. It will make it feel more opaque, but you'll still usually need at least 2 coats, even with the white mixed in. But the color of those flowers, you guys, you gotta believe me that they were really pretty. And I almost didn't notice them because they were opposite of where I had started out, and I kind of was walking the opposite direction for most of the morning, or most of my time when I was there. And then all of a sudden I looked over as I was about to leave, getting in my car, and I saw them. And I thought, oh my goodness, look at that color over there. So I just had to get out, go over, take a few photographs of them. So what I start looking at in a picture like this, besides just what I was saying about the black showing through and knowing that I'm going to need to do more than 1 coat, is I step back a little bit and I start looking at the pattern. Like, is this pattern of color and value interesting? Should any of these be bigger? You know, any of the flowers. I definitely don't want them all to look the same, you know, because that's boring. So, but I don't want them all split apart either. Like, I just joined those, and maybe that was good, maybe that wasn't good, but it's about pattern and like unity and harmony, kind of like these different things that you kind of have to hold in balance. Okay, now I'm going to start with some of the background color. There was some very vibrant green grass. It wasn't everywhere. There was actually quite a bit of grass that was dried. And guys, I'm not even looking at the comments right now, just in case you're wondering. But I'm just concentrating on this. Maybe I'll take a break here in a second and I'll look. But I'm going to try to get some of the green grass. And I'm also going to try to get some of the stems, which I feel like I want them to be a little bit different color. I don't remember at all what the stems were like, if they were dark or if they were really light. I don't really know, honestly. Like I said too, the stems were actually really different. The whole flowers were they weren't like this. I'm painting them much different than what they were actually like. The flowers were actually like, they were kind of grouped in these big tall things. Like there'd be a big ball, and then it would just kind of like, it was like maybe like a really tall ice cream cone. I don't know if that's a good description, but something kind of like that. So you saw a stem and then a big area where the flower was. So for me, in a situation like this, I don't actually care too much about, you know, like I can't remember what it looked like exactly anyway. So I'm just going to go and I'm going to be like making it up. And so therefore, like I have no reason to care if it's quote unquote accurate, because I don't even remember what accurate means in this situation. So really, I'm just, the nice thing is that I have freedom to experiment, just try something and go like, is it working design wise? I don't care that much about any accuracy with regards to the flowers, because I don't even remember what they look like. But I do care about creating a painting that's interesting and creating something that is visually appealing. So all of my energy and effort is just going to go simply towards that. So it's just going to be like, how can we use the colors and the values to create something that will guide our eye around, add some interest. So like, for instance, was there anything over here this color? I don't remember. But would some variety be of interest? Yeah, probably. And because I'm painting mostly kind of like from the front to the back, this is the chance I have to do some of that. I'm just changing colors periodically. If you are familiar with how I paint, that's one of the really helpful things that I do over and over and over again, is just simply grab variations of color. It's looking around saying like, okay, where could this color go next? And then just putting stuff together, seeing what it looks like. I love painting because it's such a, you can be quite creative, you know. You just have to kind of break free from the fear of messing something up. But while it's almost, I am really thankful that I have a visual image in my head right now that's somewhat close to me, like, meaning I saw it this morning. And even though I'm totally making stuff up, at least there was an impression that was made on me. It was really pretty. And so it's like, I'm not having to shoot from the hip completely, at least have something. And that helps me a lot, because honestly, if I'm totally shooting from the hip and not able to visualize anything, then I really feel like the experience is a lot more difficult for me. But right now I feel kind of happy doing this. It's like I wasn't necessarily expecting to feel like it would be as fun. Usually when I make something up, it's not very fun. It's usually like a struggle the whole way through. I feel like this is actually really fun. There's also an abstraction to flowers that's really fun and nice. Like, we were talking about that yesterday or a couple days ago. It's why, like, I honestly, like, I know, like, I'm all for being brave, but and I do want to paint more portraits in the future, because I do find it challenging, and at the same time I find it really fun. But there's like absolutely no way that I would try to paint a portrait without looking at something or at somebody. And it would still be extremely hard. But what's nice about something like flowers is that you guys don't care if I put a flower here and not over here. But we're so desperately, like, we care so much about people and about what somebody's face looks like, just because we know, like, generally, like, nah, that's not the way a face is supposed to look. The eye is out of place, or the eyes are too big, or something's wrong. So again, I'm just mixing up these different variations here and kind of like, I don't know. I want to have some of these grassy areas that were kind of, I made a path. This is a path. It's not supposed to be, I don't know if it looks like a path. That was what I was hoping it would look like. But I want to have some areas where maybe the grass isn't as green. Okay, so I'm going to ask a question, and then I'm going to paint for another couple minutes, and then I'm going to stop for a second, and I'm going to look to see what you guys say. My question is, does anybody have a question? And if you do, I'm going to give you a second to write it out in the chat, and then I'm going to look and I'm going to see if I can, you know, answer that question. Be helpful. Oh man, this is really fun. Hey, Nathan, I need you to come over here. Yeah. You guys, you don't know that I'm not in my studio by myself. I have somebody here with me. And I'm going to bring him on stage. Nathan, what's up?
Howdy.
You guys, this is Nathan. Nathan is like a son to me, and he's a good young man, and he's helping me with some social media.
Mm-hmm. Getting that editing done for you.
Just today. So anyways, just wanted to bring Nathan on stage. See what's happening here, brother?
I do. Only if I could paint this good.
Well, stick around, man. Yeah. Stick around.
Getting a free lesson right now.
Yeah. Nathan and I have done so many fun things together. We've gone to camp together about, I don't know how many. I might have told.
Times.
I know, a bunch of times. And we went to Arizona recently together. Mm-hmm. And we're going to go to Indiana together. Hey, yep. By the way, you guys, if you're interested, you should come to Indiana and take a workshop with me. I've got a workshop coming up. Is this too dark? No, maybe it's okay. Maybe that's better. I've got a workshop coming up in April 21st and 22nd in New Harmony, Indiana, which is right on the border of Illinois. So everybody's always asking me, can you come over here and do a workshop? Can you come to blank, wherever? And I'm always like, I live on the West Coast. I don't go anywhere else. Here you go. Here's your chance. I'm not coming to Connecticut right now, but I am coming to Indiana, and that's a lot closer. If you're in Connecticut or Virginia or Alabama or Kentucky, you should fly in and come hang out for a couple days, because not only am I going to be there for the workshop, I'm staying for a few days. Me and Nathan are staying for like 6 days. We're going to be, there's a plein air event that happens right then, and we're going to be doing lots of cool stuff. We're going to be interviewing people. We're going to be shooting content. We're going to be having so much fun. And then I'm going to, of course, be painting for that competition. And I'm going to be trying to win. Go for the win.
If you can't make it in person, watch us on social media or YouTube. We'll be posting stuff. Don't worry.
We will.
We'll bring you along virtually.
Yes, exactly. We will definitely do that. But you really should be there in person too.
Absolutely. You
should be there in person and then watch it later, because then you'll be on You'll be on YouTube, man, with us. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so fun. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, Nathan, thank you for, you guys check out when we're going to drop a reel or something here pretty soon, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. But Nathan's going to be the guy behind it all.
Yep.
It's going to be fun.
May the Lord bless my skills.
Yeah, man, for sure. I said a prayer for him.
Yeah.
Like Nathan doesn't have that much experience with it. So but he's game and he's willing to learn. And like, it was funny because he did like a try, like he just was like working on this thing we did together. And then he came in and he's showing me, and I said to Renee, I was like, that was surprisingly good. Mm-hmm. So
I surprised myself on that one.
I know. So good, man.
All right, it's looking good.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. Yeah,
New Harmony, Indiana, Alyssa. Barbara, I'm telling you, next stop is New Harmony, man. It's just so close to New Jersey. It's like just a skip, a hop, and a jump. All you got to do is catch like 3 flights. No, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I always am, personally, I'm always open to ideas. And I always say to people like, oh, reach out, like tell me. And then people will reach out. And then Renee's always telling me, Jed, you have to stop telling people that they can reach out and try to get you to come do something, because it's not just about, it's like, I have a wife and a family and I can't just like run off all the time and do stuff. So it's kind of like it's this little bit of a thing where I totally love the idea, but there are logistics. It's like, why I go to Arizona? Because somebody else sets all of it up. All I have to do is show up. I have a hotel. I have the class spaces there. Like everything's done for me. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to figure anything out. And it's the same thing in Indiana. I'm not figuring any of this stuff out. Like I'm just showing up. They've got Airbnb in for me. They've got all this stuff. So that makes it a lot easier. But I don't know how to do that in other places. So like sometimes that's a factor. Sometimes, like I said, it's not the only factor. Like, because I just can't always do everything. I got too many things going on. But all good stuff. Now, I don't know about these little grass things that I'm putting up there. I just kind of want to break up some of the areas, but I feel like if I have tall grass back there, that I should have some taller things coming up like through here as well. Maybe I can do that. Okay, so that was long enough. I've given you a long time to think about a question. Okay, just 9 hours. Okay. Thank you, Constance. That's really nice. Do you ever dip your brush in water when you are painting? You know what? I don't think I've dipped these in water at all. So not very often. What was your favorite part of your Arizona trip? Oh, man. Well, teaching the workshop, the people were really fun in the workshop. Honestly, it was really fun. And I always like going to Arizona when it's cold here in Washington State. Why are you using a black background? Because black is fun to paint on. It shows the colors well, and I control where the light comes from. Okay, let's see. Why don't you have as a challenge for the month to do a portrait? As my challenge for the month to do a portrait. Oh, hey, maybe in the month I could do that. What do I need to bring to Indiana? Oh, are you signed up? Or if you, I mean, okay, so it is a plein air event and there's a workshop at the beginning of it. So it's kind of both. You would want to bring yourself, your clothes, your paints, an easel. If you're planning to paint outside, your plein air easel, you would want to bring money to eat with, to buy food. You would want to bring, I mean, basically, if you have your art supplies and you're, you know, like, I don't know, whatever else you want to travel with, but like, I just am going to bring my plein air stuff. I'm going to bring a few panels. I usually, honestly, I almost always go to the art store when I'm there, but they just closed down. They had a Blick art store in a town not that far away, and they closed it, man. I'm so bummed. So I might not be able to do that. Okay. What is the location? It is New Harmony, Indiana, which Elissa says here. And I'm trying to think, if somebody knows where to go to sign up, like Elissa, if you have that information, if you wouldn't mind posting it, that'd be awesome. I will put it out there. But Justin is going to be there. I think he usually does that event. Yeah, I need to touch base with him. Okay. New Harmony, Indiana is over 8 hours from home. Is it worth it? Oh man, it is so worth it if you're up for a trip. I would just say if it's 8 hours, I would come for the workshop, because the workshop will be cool. But if you don't like plein air painting, I would just think, would it be still fun for me to be there for the plein air event, even just to walk around and visit with artists or to observe other artists? There's going to be probably 120 artists there. It's an open invitation. You don't have to like be juried into that show, but it's still high quality artists because they have a decent kind of prize pool. So like, I think the total prize money might be like $20,000 or $25,000 or something like that. So like if you win first prize, it might be like $3,500, and they have a bunch of different prizes. So it's like a fun event because there's lots of people there, and it's a tiny little town. It's super quaint. People ride around on golf carts. It's in the middle of nowhere, basically. It's really fun. No raindrops. Okay. Went to college in Greencastle. Yeah, I would have forgotten my clothes. Glad you. That's funny. That's really funny. Okay, yeah. Hoosier Art Salon. That's how you find the information about the workshop. That's awesome. I'm so glad. The price of an admission for the workshop, you know what? Somebody else would have to tell you. I don't remember exactly. But I know that it is totally going to be worth it because, I don't know. It's me. Come on. It's going to be awesome. There are a few spots left. I know, I don't know what the number is at right now. I know what it was at 325. Okay, so it's 325 for the workshop. If you happen to be a member of the Indiana Plein Air group or something, I think it's 300. Yeah. Okay. So anyways, I got some of your questions in. Now I feel good about going back to the painting and seeing what we can discover together here. But that's fun. I'm super pumped to meet some of you in real life if I haven't met you already. I know sometimes sometimes I just have this bad memory and I forget names, but then I'll either remember names, but I won't remember like where I knew somebody from or why I know the name, or I'll remember a face, but I won't, like, out of context. It's so hard for me to remember. Like, how come I know your face? It's like the weirdest thing sometimes when you meet somebody in one context and then you see them later. Like, there was somebody here last week for Diana's workshop and I had met her before. I knew her. I'm like, I know you from, like, how do I know you? I knew it was art. I knew it was something, but I'm like, and she goes, oh, I was at your Arizona workshop. I think she said 2 years ago. I can't remember, but it wasn't this year. I know. And I'm like, okay, gotcha. Yeah. But it's like very, very tricky for me to remember exactly where, because if you do more events, the more chances you have to meet people, the more, like all that kind of stuff. It's always a little bit trickier. We used to have a public art studio and I would meet, I don't even know how many people every month and every week. And, it was like just trying to keep track of, like, I couldn't keep track of just the people locally I met. And then you add in online stuff where you see names and you might see faces online and like on Facebook and stuff. And then you're really confused. You're just like, I don't know. I know you from somewhere, but I'm sorry. I can't place you. Those ones are a little weird to me. I'm not sure about them. But we'll leave them for right now. But what I might do is make something a little bit more. Yeah, that might be good just to bring a little bit of variety into the shapes of some of this, so that it doesn't feel like just a bunch of strings or small things. Okay, now let's get over and do some of this on the other side, but let's change it up a bit. Cool that down. And then I'll also, I want to bring in some of the warmer, richer greens over here too. So I am going to wash out my brushes right now for you who asked if I ever wash out my brushes. Yeah, I think this is kind of a fun design. I see somebody, Mountainside, said, I'm so loving these colors and design. Yeah, thanks. I like them too. Hey, watch this. I'm going to see what happens if I do this. Oh, man, they're down there. Huh. I wonder if I can move that. No, I can't. Oh, well. Let's get a green that's a little brighter, a little lighter. See about putting some over here. I'm just kind of playing with this idea here of like the little walkway I think somebody said, I'm going to just pretend it's a creek, which is fine. It's not a creek. It's a walkway, but you can pretend whatever you want. And then there's going to be like some more, a little bit darker bushes back there. That's my idea. And then there's going to be a strip of water. And then there's going to be land back further. So we'll see how this goes. And I kind of made this like, I don't know, maybe like, it's just kind of like some sort of hedge or bushy kind of plant over there. And then I was going to put like a tree over here, but I don't actually think I should. I think I should just leave it because I think it might be nicer to see the water, see more of the water. Maybe I'll just bring up that a little bit there. Okay, now let's see about getting some really bright kind of blue type color. Maybe I'll add a little bit of phthalo green in there just for fun. And then let's see if I can do this. And I'm going to do a quick layer of tape. Make sure I get a straight line. Let's go right here. Hopefully that's level. Pretty good. Excuse me. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Oh, nice. That's going to be very fun. Okay, now we got a little bit of land that we should put in back there. So I'm going to just add a bit of blue. So I want that land to be like it was. It's just pushed back there. Oops. I think it's funny. I just said oops, of course. And I think it's always funny because like I love it when people say like, I'll often get the comment, I love it when you say oops because it's like just knowing that other people make mistakes is assuring. It's really funny. I could put a layer in here, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to make it one distant layer. Oh man, that's cool. Loving this. Okay, and now we got some more sky back there. So let's grab some color. I want this part of the sky to be light again. I hope that these things look okay. Those look a little funny to me, but it's always a little bit interesting trying to shape these things, making sure you're not doing anything too weird that cuts through something, but okay. And then I guess I need to fill this in back here. Okay. Then let's get a little bit more variety again. Now this is all going to need another coat, so it's actually kind of dumb that I'm trying to be too careful with the clouds because they'll need a little bit more work. Anyway, no matter how careful I make them right now, they're going to need another coat. Okay, so let's get this. I think the idea is good, but a little bit lacking in some of the execution here. I think it needs a little bit more variety, but like I said, I know I'm going to need to do some more. I just think that the design, I want to get the design a little bit more in place because it's helpful. It's kind of helpful to see it. Something like that. Something like that I think works. Okay, let's see. I can see New Jersey. Do you buy black boards or do you gesso them black? I just put gesso on it. Yeah, and I will be at Pace in May. That's going to be fun too. Yeah, for sure. Branson, Missouri. Yep. Okay, that's funny. Yeah. Oh yeah, there is a $25 discount. I think. All the artists will be working on their paintings. I think that's, you can show Willow how you saw the day when with this painting. Hopefully, yeah. That's funny. Okay, so the way that I kind of think about a painting like this is, I think it's pretty good. Like right now, it's kind of fun, kind of fresh, and it kind of represents the day. But this is where, like, if I was to try to do a little bit more on this, maybe what I'll do is let's come back tomorrow to this and let's take this painting from good to great. Okay. I think that it's good right now, but it'll be great by the end of tomorrow. Sound good, you guys? I hear loud and clear. It sounds very good. I didn't actually see anybody say that, but I believe that that's what you guys think. Okay, I see somebody say good to great. Love that. I'm liking it a lot. Okay, so you guys, make sure that you just set an alarm right now. I don't want you to depend on me and sending a text, even though I will send you a text. I want you to set an alarm right now for tomorrow, 4:45 or 4:55, and just go. All you got to do is go to youtube.com/Jed Dorsey, and you'll always come to my channel. And if there's a live stream, it's right there. I was watching on school and couldn't comment. Glad I found my way here and said, awesome. Challenge to create. Okay. Smaller spots, a brighter yellow. Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow. It's going to be 5 p.m. Pacific time. So that's 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Yeah, 4:55 Pacific time. Like, basically, yeah, I'm going to be here again. So whatever time it is for you right now, go back 1 hour, and that will be when I start tomorrow. Minus, or the 8 minutes. We're a little bit over our 1 hour slot right now, but I had so much fun. I mean, this was a blast. And I feel like this painting has some real, like, it has something really good going on already. I don't want to lose the freshness. I don't want to lose the good stuff that's here, but I think that we can make this even better tomorrow. So let's plan to come back together and we'll make it happen, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember this, you are loved and you are believed in. I will see you guys tomorrow.